welcome to this week's Varsity Weekly episode. I'm your host, Mary Grace Armistead. In this episode, we have a little bit of everything, from covering multiple Arizona events like the Super Bowl and the Waste Management Open to an inside interview with GCU club volleyball coach. Now let's hear from Dominique with an inside interview from a member of the GCU club volleyball team coaching staff.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dominic Hernandez, and this is the GCU Club Report. Today, I am very excited to be doing an interview with a libero for the GCU Women's Club Volleyball team, Olivia Whittle. So, Olivia, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So I wanted to start off with why did you initially come to GCU?
Yeah, so what really pulled me to GCU was obviously the club program. They had a great program, and everyone I met with was super supportive, and it's a great competitive program. And as well as just the Christian community really pulled me to GCU.
So what were your first impressions of the team when you first joined freshman year?
My first impressions were that it was a super competitive environment, but with that competitive environment, everyone just wanted to be great teammates, and it was super supportive and just a really great group of girls.
How have you seen this type of atmosphere kind of affect your life outside of the sport?
Outside of the sport, it's built some really great friendships as well as building my leadership qualities. They do offer a leadership class for student leaders, so it's been really great to build on that.
And so I know you were part of the national championship team last year. So just tell me about that experience of being a part of a team like that last year.
Yeah, so we went into nationals. We were a great team going into nationals, but at nationals, we really just pulled together completely, and we went undefeated at nationals, which was really awesome. And just the way that our team came together after those first tournaments into nationals was really cool to see. Just all of the teamwork and how we built each other up and complimented each other on the court. It was really awesome.
And what would you say you've learned from that experience being a part of that team?
I would say that that not every game is going to be easy. We did have a few games that we had to say, okay, hey, let's get this together. We need to, just because we beat them 25-11 the first set, we need to keep going and pushing our style of play on this team and just keep working hard no matter how either the first set went or just how the rest of the day was going. So consistency was a big key for us.
What would you say is the most important skill that your coach has taught you so far?
I would definitely say just being a team leader. Coming from my hometown, I would say that I was a leader there as well. But being here and not really being as much of a natural leader, it's been really cool to see her implement just different, just encouraging me to be a leader on our team and just to lead our team well.
And lastly, what can we expect from the team in this upcoming season?
Yeah, so we just had our first tournament, and we went 3-0 in that tournament, which is really exciting and really fun. We're definitely wanting to get our third national title in a row. That would be awesome. We did join a new conference this season, the SECVL, so we're really excited to join that and see what competition brings with that. So we're hoping to bring out another national title for sure.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank a libero from the GCU women's volleyball team, Olivia Whittle, for doing the interview today, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And that's all. And this has been the GCU Club Report. Thank you for listening.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Thank you, Dominique. Now let's hear from Olivia, who has inside details on the Super Bowl and the Waste Management Phoenix Open.
Welcome to this edition of Overview with Olivia. Have you ever wondered how much it costs to attend the Super Bowl? I'll have all that information for you in today's segment. Super Bowl 57 will host the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles on February 12th at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. This will be the third time in history Arizona has been the host of the most anticipated game in football. A lot has changed in those years, specifically 2008 and 2015 to be exact. In today's segment, we'll take a closer look into the financial impact of hosting the Super Bowl. According to Fox Business, as of February 4th, hotel stays around the Phoenix metropolitan area were averaging nearly $600 per night. Continuing, Vivid seats were averaging a little over $6,000 to just get a get-in seat. However, some tickets are going for upwards of $40,000, and yes, you heard that correctly, $40,000 per seat. Getting to host the Super Bowl in your city is a big honor and a huge financial commitment. The NFL wants to guarantee that host spends as much money necessary for the fans attending this game. This year's Super Bowl host committee had to commit to $45 million in spending. According to committee president and CEO Jay Perry, that's compared to $28 million for the 2015 Super Bowl and about $13 million in 2008, a major increase. The money will be rolling into businesses in Phoenix and Glendale as those areas are expected to bring in $124 million worth of revenue, according to many data companies. According to Forbes, overall, a Super Bowl ticket averages about $9,000 for Chiefs versus Eagles, making this the second most expensive ever, and certainly a Super Bowl worth watching. Well, the stage is set for the Chiefs versus Eagles on February 12th. Continuing on this segment of Overview with Olivia, remember y'all, this is a very jam-packed week and weekend for the Arizona area, so lots to cover. Round 3 of the WM Phoenix Open wrapped up before the sun went down on Saturday. This year's tournament set new records as Saturday and Friday were sold out, something this tournament has never seen before in all its history. Well over 200,000 fans were in attendance. Certainly, having the Super Bowl in attendance helped, without a doubt. The first tee time was around 10:30 in the morning. The famous 16th hole was jam-packed with fans. The Chiefs and Eagles jerseys were a staple at the course, with many chants breaking out throughout the day. Going into round 3, Scottie Scheffler and Jon Rahm were high in the rankings. Scottie Scheffler was the 2022 tournament champion and is looking to regain that title this year. Jon Rahm sank the longest putt of the day at a little over 40 feet on the 16th hole. Heading into round 4 on Sunday, Scottie Scheffler, Nick Taylor, Jon Rahm, and Jordan Spieth are on top of the leaderboard. The first tee time begins at 8:55 and the leaders will tee off at 10:45. Sunday is going to include a very split divide in talent, starting at either hole 1 or hole 10. We have Ricky Fowler, who's been having a very powerful performance since his win in 2019. Jordan Spieth has bounced back to new heights as he is currently tied for 4th place. Get ready for another action-packed day full of show-stopping performances by the world's best golfers as the final day of the 2023 WM Phoenix Open Tournament tees off. That'll do it for this week's segment of Overview with Olivia. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road, just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Thank you, Olivia. Now let's hand it over to Beatrice, who was at the Imagine Prep boys basketball game.
Hey, I'm here with Damian Lamore. It's your senior night. It's a big night. It's your last home game. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I mean, working out this my whole life. I mean, like day in, day out countless hours into the game. And now it's senior night. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my team, and I'm proud to be here.
So I saw you were attacking, showing up offensively, defensively. You're giving assists to all your teammates, not just Muhammad. But in what ways would you have liked to perform a little bit? Maybe if there was something different you would have liked to do better in this game, or do you feel like you gave it your all tonight?
I feel like I definitely gave it my all, but at the same time I could have went and I could have crashed more rebounds. But I mean, not much more I could do, to be honest. I was tired.
And what can we expect for you? I know it's your last year, so what's next for you?
I'm going to attend college. I don't know which one yet, but I'm definitely going to attend college, and I'm definitely going to try to play at the next level.
Awesome. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Welcome back, everyone. We now have Caleb with the Ref Spotlight of the Week.
Hello, and welcome to another Ref Spotlight on Varsity Weekly. I am Caleb Wiley, your host. And of course, with another night of NBA action, another night of controversy. In this Bulls and Cavs game, there was a couple lane violations called on the Bulls that they seemed correct, but at the end of the game, the L2M came out and said that another lane violation should have been called. So I just want to go over the lane violations, what it all means, what it says in the rule book, and I also want to talk about the lane violations that the Caruso committed back-to-back, and then I want to talk about the Mitchell non-call lane violation. So let's first start off with these two back-to-back called. I mean, I rarely see any lane violations called in the NBA. I mean, I see it way more in high school, see it way more in college, not as much though. But with the NBA, it is super, super rare to see lane violations. And I saw a player, Alex Caruso, committed twice back-to-back free throw attempts. It's crazy, so let's just watch what goes on. Yeah, so with this one, not even close. Caruso comes in way before the shot. It's almost like he sort of tripped or fell, but I don't know, it's weird. But this is obviously, this is a clear lane violation. The ruling for players outside of the key, the three-point line, is you have to be outside the three-point line and you cannot be below free throw line extended. So free throw line extended means, imagine the free throw line and it extends all the way. They cannot go below that, and they have to be outside the three-point line. And they can go in as soon as the ball hits the rim. So the people on the outside have to wait for the ball to hit the rim and until they go inside. So let's go to the next one. I don't think this one's as bad. Sometimes though, the officials will let it go if they accidentally kind of go in but go back very, very quickly. They'll sometimes let that go. But this is technically back-to-back lane violations. Technically, they have to call it, but this second one, do they really have to? I don't know. You just don't really see this called ever, and it was just weird seeing it called back-to-back. But obviously, technically, they were the right calls. I mean, it's pretty close, but technically, I will slow it up for you. Technically, he does cross the line prior to the ball hitting rim. It's pretty close. But the only thing is, you called those two back-to-back on Alex Caruso. And it was during the fourth quarter, so it was crunch time. You called those two on Alex Caruso, which those were violations. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. But if you're going to call those on Caruso and the Bulls, you have to call it on Mitchell and the Cavs, especially in such an important time in the game. You just have to call it both sides. I mean, there is no reason that you calling it for one team and you don't call it for the other team. And yes, technically by the rules, this is a lane violation. And Mitchell got to that ball because he left early. Like, he would not have got that rebound if he did not legally step in the paint before the ball touched the rim. And it's nice to see that the L2M got it correctly. The L2Ms, the last 2 minutes of the game, where they focus on the officiating and sort of grade them and see if they were right or wrong. And yeah, this was a missed call. They technically came out and said that Mitchell steps over the plane of the free throw line before the ball touches the basket ring. So by rule, that should have been a lane violation by the free thrower. Should have been Bulls' ball, and that rebound should have never happened. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you for listening to Ref Spotlight on Varsity Weekly.
Thank you, Caleb. Unfortunately, this is the end of Varsity Weekly for this week, but follow us on Twitter at Varsity Show and tune in for next week's Varsity Weekly. This is your host, Mary Grace Armstead.